What's up, you guys? Welcome back to WIDEBODY Nation. The end of the year is the best time to buy a new or used car, in my opinion. However, if you are not able to buy a car at the end of this year or at the end of next year, the tips, tricks, and facts in this video will still help you get a steal of a deal on your next new or used car purchase, whether it's February, May, October, or it is during the month of December, preferably at the end of the month in December. So in this video, we're going to talk about why end of December is the best time all year to buy a new or used car. We're going to talk about what you need to do before you walk into the dealership on those last few days of the month, because there's stuff to do in order to get that best deal possible. You need to start doing that now. And then thirdly, we'll talk to those people who are not necessarily going to be able to maximize the end of December, but maybe are in the market in early 2021 or February, May, whenever it is, if it's not December. Before we get into the nitty gritty, before we knock it down, quick reminder, we are now giving away a brand new pair of AirPods Pro. I already ordered them on Amazon on Black Friday for our 5,000 subscriber giveaway. So if you guys want a chance to win those $250 premium, just absolutely Bluetoothed out headphones, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for our 5,000 subscriber giveaway that will be live streamed when we hit that mark. Appreciate you guys subscribing. Let's get into saving you guys the most money that we can. Now, a lot of you guys have heard that the end of the month is the time to buy a car. And generally speaking, this is correct. Now, please remember that not all dealerships are the same, and it really depends what vehicle you are after. If you guys are looking for some super specific vehicle that is super limited supply, first of all, you got to find it. And second of all, you're going to have to convince people to give it to you for a fair price. And that's going to be hard to do. So while it is possible to use these techniques on those vehicles, it is going to be harder. So we're going to talk a little bit more mass-produced vehicles. We'll take cars that people want, like these wide-body cars, these Challengers, these Chargers, these HELLCATs, these SCAT packs. And most of this should work for you. So, end of the month versus end of the year. What's the difference? Well, there's not so much a difference as there is a stacking of the benefit of urgency. Urgency is what the dealership feels at the end of the month when they're trying to make their monthly goals, and they're feeling urgent at the end of the year to make their yearly goals. This also works with quarters, but in order to keep this simple, we're just going to talk about end of the month and end of the year. At the end of December, that last weekend of December, they're feeling the crunch based off of their December goals and their yearly goals. So that is helping you potentially get that dealer discount that we talked about in yesterday's video even higher, because the manufacturer is already giving you the money off from the manufacturer side, but the dealer, in order to get their incentives to meet their goals and all things that goes on there, they are going to be incentivized to give you even better of a discount. So end of the year and end of the month is working in your favor because urgency is on your side because it's against the dealership, if that makes sense. Furthermore, the end of the year is when the model year is changing. The year is changing, the calendar year is changing from 2020 to 2021 in this case. But hey, hello from the future. If you guys are watching this 3, 4, 5 years from now, hopefully everything's still going all right. 2020 has been a heck of a year. Can't even talk because 2020 has been so crazy. But the dealerships are trying to get rid of these 2020s, even though these 2020s are hot, especially that Scat Pack wide body, so hot. They need to get rid of them and make room for the new 2021s, because the 2021s are coming whether they want them or not. Check it out. And this is just on cars.com. This is not the be-all end-all of inventory across the nation. I have just brand new Dodge Chargers searched right now. This page is for the 2020s. The next one will be for the 2021s. There's over 8,000 2020s on the lots right now, but that number has been going down steadily. Beginning in November, this number right here was over 10,000. So that's going down. Whereas these are the 2021s that are either in transit or on the lots already. This number is 625. It's going up daily. Yesterday, this was like 5 something. At the beginning of November, it was nothing. There was no 2021s on the way yet. So again, this is just 2021s. So a lot of these are in transit, which is why you don't see an actual picture, because the dealership hasn't been able to get their crappy iPhone photographer out there and take, half A pictures for you. Like, I mean, look at this car. This is an $80,000 smoke show gray HELLCAT Charger wide body that has the brass monkey wheels, but you can barely even tell from this picture that this dealership did. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad dealership, and I love the car, but hey, let's work the sun angle a little bit better for the first picture, at least, so that we can see it when we're just going over the thumbnails. Like, if I'm scrolling for this on cars.com, you want that first picture to be banging. You can't tell the wheels are brass monkey, and that is a big sales point for a lot of people. They want those brass, those goldish, bronze, copper wheels on that crazy smoke show paint job. RIP Destroyer Gray. It's tough for me every day when I remember they got rid of Destroyer Gray. Anyway, now that you guys know why the end of the year is the best time to buy, because of end of the month, because of end of the year urgency that the dealer feels, they're feeling under the collar, like, ugh, I need to make some sales or else Dodge's not going to be happy with me. And they need to get all these 2020s off the lot. Hey, we need to make room because there's trucks coming in. It's going to be coming in daily, weekly to fill the lot. So, they can't have their lot overflowing. They need to sell that metal. Now, you can't just walk into the dealership at the end of the month cold and just say, hey, I'd like the best deal possible on that awesome wide body car right there. Where do I sign? You're not going to get it. You're just not. What you need to do is shop early, and then you negotiate right at the end of the month. You need to start doing your research online, on cars.com, on the Dodge website, checking out what the incentives are for your SCAT Pack wide body, for your HELLCAT wide body, watching videos on this channel, watching videos to like Doug DeMuro's video. Do you want a red eye? Do you want a HELLCAT? Do you want a SCAT Pack? Once you figure out what you want to figure out what dealerships have it. Because just because your local Dodge dealership is a stone's throw down the road 3 miles, that doesn't mean that they're going to have the car you want. And finding the car you want could potentially save you thousands just because it doesn't have the options you don't want to pay for. If you don't want to pay for a sunroof, that could save you over $1,000 just not buying a car that has a sunroof on it. I'm not going to say whether I like sunroofs or not. Just, it's money, right? So, what you need to do, you need to start going on these dealers' websites. Like, for instance, I found this smoke show one right here. I would suggest you put in some information. So maybe get my price. Maybe I'll put it in my information. If you don't want to, don't put your phone number in so they don't, maybe you don't want your phone blowing up because that's like a personal thing. You want to keep a little bit chill with your phone. Just put in an email address that is maybe your secondary email address, and then they'll just start emailing you offers. Now, a month is about enough time for that dealership to go ahead and start getting a little antsy. You're in their system. If you put in your lead now, they will start following up with you. They may even send you an email saying, hey, we're willing to do an extra $1,000 or an extra $3,000 on your trade-in, or an extra 100, or we're doing 125% of trade-in value. Or here's an extra $1,000 off your purchase if you purchase within December. There are all these different types of emails that the dealership uses to try to get you in the door, but usually those don't come out as soon as you put in the lead or as soon as you show interest. So doing your research to find out what car you want, what options you want, then finding the dealership that has the car and starting to throw out some bait on them. Let them get a hook in you. Let them get 1 or 2 little hooks in you. It's not going to kill you. Just let them get a couple hooks in you. You don't necessarily have to submit your credit to them. You don't have to do anything crazy. Although it would behoove you to go get pre-approved before you go to the dealership, which is my next comment. I have a lot of finance car-related videos coming out, but in my opinion, pre-approval is one of the best negotiation tactics because that lets you know where you're at. If you have a credit union or you just have your regular bank, whatever it is, and you walk in with a pre-approval letter or pre-approval slip, whatever, it's 2020, usually it's on your phone, whatever. And it says, hey, John Smith here is pre-approved at $50,000 at 2.24% APR, then hey, have the dealer run your credit, see if they can do better for you. But if they come back and say, hey, we got you at 8%, I mean, if your pre-approval is legit, then you can just respectfully turn down their offer that is a terribly unattractive offer. Now, if you're not pre-approved, then you would not know that. So, doing your research early in the month, shopping around, identifying, and don't just identify the one perfect car. Like, if I'm wed to this one brass monkey Charger right here, and they sell it, or if I go in and they're threatening to sell it because they're like, oh, we had 3 people looking at it yesterday, we've had 4 people call about it, you're not going to get the best deal on it because they know they're probably going to sell it. So what you want to do is you want to say, okay, there's a Dodge dealership 50 miles over there that has a car that I'd love to have. And there's one over there that's 20 miles away that has one. And my backup one is like 150 miles away. And they're not a very popular dealership. You're in the middle of nowhere, so maybe they won't sell that car. So having those options, being able to walk away, is also important. So now that you've done some research, you've put in a couple leads, you've put in some hits on some cars, you let them know that you're interested in a wide body, you're probably going to purchase within the next month or two, right? That's when it gets closer to the end of the month and the end of the year, because we're talking end of the year right now, that's when you go in. And that's when you go in with maybe I would say a day or two left before the end, because you want to give yourself at least one extra day to walk. So let's look at December right now and talk actual dates. So the 31st of December is on a Thursday. So maybe go in that weekend, the 26th or the 27th, right after Christmas. Try to get that post-Christmas present for yourself and start negotiating. If it's a great deal and it's on kind of a specific car like this, if it is a great deal and they're just giving it to you, power dollars, dealer discount, you got your military or realtor or employee pricing, whatever you qualify for, all of that and the dealer discount is good, and you've got some discounted warranties and everything's lining up. They're not dinging or denting you for some weird packages on the back end. I would go for it personally, in my opinion. However, going on that weekend would still give you a few more days to go ahead and walk out and go to another dealership, and then the urgency is just that much higher. Now, I hope that all makes sense. If it does not entirely make sense, if there's a question you have, toss it in the comments below. Just want to take this quick intermission to kind of get everything straight, and then we're going to convert this to those of you who are maybe not in the market yet, but have questions just throughout the year when the best time to buy is, because a lot of the stuff we just talked about is still very important. So if you guys have specific car related questions on like your deals specifically, I can give you guys my opinion just like I do in these videos. These videos are, my opinion, and it's a little bit entertaining for me to just yell at my computer like this. Go ahead and either put it in the comments below or email me at 2740solutions.com. That is also in the contact information all over the channel. 2740solutions.com. All right, so at gmail.com. All right, so what are we doing for the people who are not able to buy in December? Because we're not trying to rush you into a car deal. If you're not ready to buy and you want to buy in February or May or October, whenever it is, there's still techniques from this that we can use to get that great deal. And it's basically centered around the end of the month. If you're going to buy earlier in the year, say if you're going to buy in January or February, there's still going to be 2 factors that are working for you: the end of the month and the model year's changing. However, please keep in mind, and you guys ask me this all the time. You ask me, you say, "Hey, Wide Body Nation, I'm trying to get a 2020 with the power dollars in January or February." I'm like, okay, that's a good idea, but inventory is going to be decreasing. For instance, if you're looking for a SCAT pack 2020, right now, SCAT packs are going down in inventory because people are scooping them up. Look at this. There's less than 1,000 SCAT packs, and these are not just wide bodies. These are all SCAT packs. There is less than 1,000 left in the entire country, and most of those, honestly, are going to be narrow bodies. I would say more of them than not. So, the earlier in the year you guys buy, you still might be able to leverage the whole turn of the model year, so there might be better deals to be had on those outgoing model years, those 2020s when it's 2021. Now, if you're shopping in the middle of the year, okay, well, hold on. Remember what I said about what you need to do at the beginning of the month? At the beginning of the month, or a month ahead, however you want to put it. a month ahead of you doing car buying, or even more, or even longer, you want to be blasting out some information to some dealerships to see which ones are the good ones. If you're like, wow, this dealership has a bananas online price, like they must be literally in banana land to have that low of a price, hit them up, call them up. They'll text you back. If you want to do texting, I text dealerships all the time. Or email them. Put your burner email, your second email, the one you used to, do shady stuff with maybe. Go ahead and put in a lead and see if they're legit. If they're talking on the same sheet of music as their online price, then that might be a dealership to work with, because if they're willing to go that low online and they confirm that over the phone to you after you talk to them, they're probably one of the dealerships you need to work with. And again, this research you're doing ahead of time is to make sure that you don't go to the wrong dealership and where it's impossible for you to make that good deal. There are just some dealerships out there that maybe are not going to have the car you want, or they're not going to be willing to go as low because maybe they've been selling a ton of cars this year and they just don't need to hit their sales quota. The good thing for you, if you're looking to buy any month, not just the end of the year, is that generally speaking, you can leverage whatever monthly sale is going on and that timing at the end of the month to get that good deal, as long as you do this research ahead of time. Now, another thing that we didn't talk about earlier in the video is shopping that trade-in. If you have a trade-in, and I owe you guys a trade-in, the benefits of trading your car in and not just selling it by itself. I owe you guys a video on that because there's a very specific piece of information that could save you thousands of dollars in taxes, but that requires a whole video. Make sure you shop around your trade-in. Put in on the dealer's website, hey, what's the value of my trade-in? Put it in on Kelley Blue Book or Edmunds.com. Put it in at a third-party website like Carvana or CarMax or whatever third-party companies want to just straight up buy your car. Take it to CarMax. Have them do a valuation so that when you roll in, know that you're not getting lowballed by thousands and thousands of dollars. Or if you are, then you can sell it to someone else, or you can even bring in your trade-in and show them that. So all of the things we've talked about in this video can be leveraged across the year. Now, again, the end of the year is the trifecta of pressure on the dealer to move that metal, to put that rubber on the road with your name on it, and to get that sale. Monthly, end of the month, end of the year, and change of the model year. That is why the end of the year is the best time to go ahead and buy that car, because urgency is so high for the dealership. On the flip side, you got to make sure your urgency is low. If you roll in and your car is on fire and it's not going to start, and that's your trade-in, they pretty much know they got you. I mean, yeah, you could take an Uber and a Lyft and call a tow truck, but make sure you do not appear urgent. You can appear smart and researched and with the ability to buy a car. That's great. Every dealer likes an informed customer that's willing to do the deal, willing to do a fair deal. They make money. You get a good deal. Everyone's happy. Out. But make sure you don't just roll in there on the last day of the year, on the last day of the month, and expect to get the absolute best deal possible. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. I did go ahead and release a merchandise section, a merchandise store on teespring.com. I have the link below. I'm still working it into the banner. So if you don't see that yet, it is in the works. WIDEBODY Nation merch. I have some prints on the way so I can start repping it in the videos for you guys so that you guys see that it's the nice, fitted t-shirt. It's not like some boxy, really crinkly cotton t-shirt. I did some other products on there as well. If you want, lots of colors for you. I did some OD green like this so you guys can be all sneaky with your WIDEBODY Nation t-shirts all camoed up. That is pretty much it for you guys. If you haven't subscribed and you forgot, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We have a live stream tomorrow, Sunday. Still deciding on the time. I'll put it out ahead of time though so people see it as a notification. The live streams are going to be where we do our small giveaways, smaller gift card giveaways, because I show people how I transfer my credit card points into gift cards, and where I will be answering subscriber questions on car buying, whether it's a 2021 Dodge Charger Hellcat Red Eye, wide body obviously like I have coming in, or whether it's, just some, $10,000, commuter car, or whether it's their next Lambo. Not that a lot of Lambo owners, need help necessarily, or maybe they do. Maybe they watch the WIDEBODY Nation here. So appreciate all cars. I love anything that's got wheels or tracks. I'm in the Army, so tanks have tracks. I like those too. Appreciate you tuning in. I will see you guys for the next video. Comment down below what videos you want. Comment on your deals. Comment on whatever you guys want. Hit the like button. Appreciate you tuning in. Stay safe, and I will see you for the live stream on Sunday.